Rick Lovett, founder of the MC Life, your source for on-demand life coaching. Oftentimes, I run into individuals who've had goals for years. They're passionate about these goals. They've even made some progress. But more times than not, the same obstacle has gotten in the way: a lack of time. So in today's video, I want to talk about a few simple things that you can do to make sure you're making time for your goals and making progress.
All right, so how do we make progress? We're going to talk about 3 steps how you can maximize your time so that you can make progress on your goals and just your life in general. Step 1, we've got to calculate our available time. So many times we get frustrated because it feels like we don't have enough time, but we really haven't done the first step in figuring out how to maximize our time. That's calculating our available time. In order to do this, we write out all the activities that are routine in our lives. Time we wake up, time we drive to work, time we pick up kids, etc. Once we get those things down, we calculate how much time is in between all those items. So we add up all the time where we're not doing something routine. That's our available time. Typically, on average, most individuals have about 25 to 30 hours of available time. That's including weekdays and the weekends. Oftentimes, individuals invite other commitments into their life before they realize how much available time they truly have. Then all of a sudden, it feels like they're overwhelmed. It's just because they've added more than the time they actually have available will allow. Number 2, now we must allocate our time for our long-term goals and responsibilities. These are the 2 most important aspects outside of the things that we have to do. Those routine activities every day and leisure, time that we have for ourselves to rejuvenate and just enjoy life. We've got to set time for these long-term goals and responsibilities. And responsibilities can be looked at mainly as work duties, responsibilities we have to our families, and even our obligations we have to our communities, our churches, things that we have committed to. Now that we have our available time, we want to begin allotting time to our long-term goals and responsibilities. So we need to approximate how much time weekly we need for these items. As we're doing this, we need to consider what is practical in terms of how effective we are during certain parts of the day. For instance, if you're a morning person, we need to try to front load some of our most tedious and demanding tasks at the beginning of the day. If we're an evening person, we need to do the opposite. Now, that being said, what we may have to do at this point is consolidate some of these items as well as reduce some of the time that we have allotted for these items. But this is an important step so that when we come back to our weekly schedule, we can then input those items where we believe we will be most efficient. Finally, we need to log our time. This is key in terms of making progress because we can keep a lot of things in our heads, but if we log our time, that's a way of holding ourselves accountable. So with our responsibilities and long-term goals, as best as possible, we need to keep a tally of the time we spend on those items. And if we're getting close to our number every week, we should see the results we expect. If not, we may need to modify that time. We may need to spend more time on that item and less time on something else. But this is what we can do so that we have a reference point for accountability as well as modifying our time so that we can get the results that we want in our lives. If you want a framework for incorporating this into your life, make sure you grab the R3 Planner at www.refreshrefocuserebuild.com/planner. Also, you can visit our website at themclife.com. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe.